Hello, well here's a little yoga session to open through your hips, inspired by my yoga friend Paul, who comes to me for private one-on-one sessions. He emailed me and he wanted a reminder of some of the poses that we do that really help ease the pain in his hips and help with the openness and the softening of the muscles around the hip. So let's jump on the mat and I'll show you a few of those poses that will help give you that openness. Don't forget, the hips are very connected also to our emotions. So this is a nice emotional release. So you should feel good afterwards. And it really won't take long, just a few minutes. So on the mat, here we go. So lying down, nice and gently, remember, as you come down, lengthening through your spine. Good. Knees bent to begin with, knees just resting together, feet about mat width apart. Come back to your breathing to start with your hands on your tummy, shoulders softening, and just allow the tummy to just rise and fall as you breathe in and out of your nose. So the in-breath allows that expansion and the exhale brings everything in and contracts. Good. Let your face soften. Have a little movement through the hips. Just notice what's going on there. Maybe tilting and releasing through the pelvis, noticing the lower back. The feet remain grounded for now. Good. And then opening your eyes if they're closed, separating your knees, allowing your feet to be about hip width apart, and lengthening this right leg. Just lengthen the leg all the way up towards the ceiling. Hold on with your right hand and let your left hand press down on the top of that left hip. So just gently pressing down. You can circle through this right foot a few times one way and a few times the other. And make sure that even though you're holding on to this right leg, that your right shoulder is pressing down into the mat. So this is useful for draining the leg, for refreshing the leg, for bringing the blood flow to the right hip. You can move your hand a little higher, bringing the leg closer to you if that's okay for you. You can have the knee slightly bent, softening through the knee. And if it's not straining through the shoulder and not lifting you off the ground, you could hook onto the big toe with the peace fingers on the right hand. So see how you get on. But coming back to your breath all the time. And then bending this right knee and reaching on the inside of the right leg to hook onto the big toe or hold on to the sole of the foot, or you can even hold on to the ankle or the trouser leg. But you want to ease that right knee down in the direction of the ground. So this is half happy baby or half stirrup pose. And you can see straight away you get that openness in the hips, that movement in the right hip. A few breaths here. Continue to press down on that left hip, softening through your face. And then guiding the right foot all the way onto this left thigh, flexing through the right foot, moving the right knee away from you. The hands come onto the tummy. So notice how this feels in your hips, because this might be enough. It's quite a big pose. If you want to play around with it, just lifting the left foot off the ground and reaching round to hold on to the hamstring on the left leg. And then lengthening through that left leg and moving the right knee away from you all the time. Long deep breaths into where you feel this. And gently bring that left foot all the way down. Good. And then we lower the right foot down onto the mat. And just windscreen wiper the knees one way and then the other. Good. So just loosening up through the hips there. Good. And then we're just going to bring the right foot back into that figure of four. Now we've just softened a little more through the hips, and we're going to take the legs all the way over to the right. So that right foot ends up gently pressing down on the outer part of the left leg. Try not to press down into the knee, and then opening out your arms and looking to the left. So we're breathing into this left hip Softening through the face on every exhale, allowing the body to relax if you're gripping anywhere. And just enjoy that openness in the hip. Good. And then slowly coming all the way back. And once again, we release that foot all the way down. The knees come together, feet wide, hands on the tummy. Just center yourself once more. So notice the breath flowing all the way down into the tummy, the hips. Feel free to move the hips around, massage through the lower back before separating the knees and lengthening this left leg all the way up towards the ceiling. So the right hand presses down on the right hip. We're lengthening all the way through this leg. Allow the blood to just trickle in the opposite direction down into the hip, nourishing the hip, refreshing the leg, lubricating through the ankle as you move the foot. And then bending the knee so that you can hook onto the left big toe, or you can maybe hold on to the trouser leg or hold on to the sole of the foot and just ease the left knee down in the direction of the ground. Pressing down through that right hip, softening through the shoulders and just pausing here to just breathe into it because this is a big move. A gentle rock is always okay from side to side, just playing with it, exploring and noticing what it feels like in your body. Eventually we guide that left foot onto the right thigh, flexing through the left foot. Remember, that's pointing and that's flexing. It's like you're pushing the foot away into the wall. The left knee moves away from you and we sit with this. This might be enough on this side. We don't need to match the sides. If this feels okay for you, stay here. If you don't want to take it any further. If you do, just lifting the right foot off the ground and holding on to the back of that right thigh. Moving the left knee away all the time and then breathing in to float the right leg high. A few breaths here. Good. And then lowering that leg all the way down. We'll release this foot off the right thigh just to loosen up through the hips, just to give ourselves a bit of a breather. And eventually coming back to centre, the left foot goes back onto the right thigh. It might feel a bit easier to do that now. And we're going to take the legs all the way over to the left, arms go out to the side. So that left foot is pressing down on the outside of the right leg. We look to the right and we breathe big into this right hip. Long, deep breaths. And slowly unravelling. Good. And releasing the foot. Bring the knees into the chest and just massage around the tailbone. And begin to rock forwards and back. All the way into a seated position. I'll face you this time with the soles of the feet together. Just hold on to the toes and tug onto the toes so you can get the length in the spine. The knees work out to the side. They don't need to get anywhere near the ground. We just want to feel that openness in the hips. Breathing in to lengthen and exhale to just melt forwards. Good. And you can go through that process again, breathing in to lengthen and exhale to just melt forwards. Good, and just slowly release. Great, so I'll meet you in an all fours position just to wiggle everything out. Some big circles with the hips. Let the head go too. Just get nice and easy going in the body. Reaching forwards into puppy dog pose. And then heading forwards onto the forearms into a sphinx pose. Heels work out to the side, opening through the heart. Just breathing big here. Maybe rocking the pelvis one way and then the other. Good. And making sure that your hands now are in a strong position underneath the shoulders. We're going to bring the left knee all the way up towards that left hand, kind of if you were a baby trying to crawl, that kind of position where you've got that strength. So looking down at the mat, take a deep breath in. As you exhale, push the ground away and lift up, opening through the heart. If it's okay in your right knee, bend the right knee, lift the foot, and then glance over the left shoulder. So this is a brilliant one for the hips and the spine. We've got the twist. We're opening through the hips, both hips. We breathe big, the shoulders soften. Good. And then coming back to center with the upper body and lowering down, all the way down, and then the foot comes down and that left leg lengthens. Get ready for the other side. So the right knee comes up. We breathe in, exhale, push the ground away. Make sure that your hips are easing forwards. If it's okay on your left knee, bending the left knee and lifting the left foot, lower your shoulders. We're looking over that right shoulder to catch a glimpse of the back foot. Now you might not see it, but we're sort of heading in that direction. Long deep breaths into the twist, very cleansing. Great for keeping the spine youthful too. And then we come back to center, lower down, and at the same time lower that back foot and then lengthen the right leg. Make a pillow with your hands, just rock the hips one way and then the other. And that's it, you're done. A few poses to ease through the hips, to open through the hips and to release emotional tension. Hope you enjoyed it.